Hello there everybody, and welcome again to what is going to be my first review in quite a while for In the Bag. I think the last one was like a year ago, probably. Uh, what a thing to come back to, though. We are going to be doing a quick little review of The Witcher Wild Hunt, where I've played maybe about an hour of this game, and I can say it certainly feels like The Witcher 2. I didn't really have a lot of experience with The Witcher 1. I've played about an hour of The Witcher 1, and it was rough. 2 certainly changed the game a lot, and 3 seems to be carrying on in the vein of 2, which is good because that's the one that I actually like. So there's that. So I've got about an hour in this game as well. As you can see, I've got some saves going on here, and we're actually going to... where is that one? Yeah, that's it. We're actually going to start here. Let's just skip this if possible. Then I guess that's like kind of a gated loading area where you can't really get past it at first, which is a bit annoying. So just to start off, the game starts out immediately becoming very open world. Oh, is that a train I hear in the background? Does that bode well? I'm not even mad that there's a train in the background of the review. The train god has come to praise it. Yeah, if you like the previous Witcher games for their graphics and their open world natures, you're going to basically just fall right into this one, loving it, because as you can see, the world is absolutely gorgeous just to start. The ambient conversation nonsense happens all the time too. You can still do that thing where you bump into people and knock them over. I actually just finished a quest where I talked to this guy about who had burned down his house. And I also did another quest, which is the one we're going to do. I'm going to focus on not really anything too story-oriented, you know? We're just going to work on sort of some easy quests. Let's do a contract here. The Devil by the Well. Alright. So, we'll go find the guy that we need to talk to for that. But yeah, overall, this game controls really well. It's beautiful. The optimization works really well. Ooh, there was some texture flickering going on in the ground there for a second. Okay, it's not happening now, but for a brief moment there was some texture flickering. But this game is overall beautiful. The voice acting is as well done as you can get when you're playing one of those games that have really bad, fake, sort of English, sort of European accents. From what I can tell, the story is probably going to be pretty good, but that's wild, rampant speculation. Within the first, like, 5 minutes, as with every Witcher game, you're gonna get, like, a really, really long pre-rendered cutscene. Looked great. Immediately followed by nudity. Not a fan myself. There was girl nudity, though, so that was a thing, so girls are gonna love that. Gay men probably, too. I'm mostly kidding when I say that, but also probably true, to be honest. Then immediately, naked women. Again, not my thing. Not really interested in that. The tutorial is pretty comprehensive. They make an interesting way of kind of explaining some of the story through the tutorial. And yeah, I'm not going to spoil that for you. It's actually kind of interesting. But yeah, we're going to take a look at the combat and the quest system in this game right now, which so far, again, feels a lot like 2. So if you've played 2, this game is, you know, probably going to be for you. But I'm just blown away by how good this game actually looks. They said that there was going to be graphic downgrades. I'm only playing on, like, medium settings. Like, I have some settings up to high, but I don't have many settings up to high. So there isn't a lot to do with that. But yeah, generally speaking, so far this game has just been mind-blowing. I've been playing a lot of Dragon Age Inquisition. Dragon Age Inquisition is also a very beautiful fantasy game, also an RPG. And I feel like these two games have sort of borrowed off of each other, because The Witcher has always kind of predominantly been a you have to walk from place to place game. And in this one, there is a horse right away, as we're going to see right here, which makes traveling this... Where is my horse? Oh, there he is. Hey, there's Roach. The horse makes traveling in the gigantic world, and when I say gigantic, I mean they actually measure out the steps between quests now. It's not just one of those little ping things, which is also a really great feature. There's a little time of day feature up at the top there, and it even tells you weather. So I'm gonna guess that weather probably plays into this a little bit. I know that they've made mention like, oh yeah, these types of things prefer to come out at this time, whatever. As you can see, the plant life, the foliage, the grass, etc. Texture's not too great on that. That is because I've turned down those textures. There's just so much of it. Look at it. Like, as far as you can see, there's just textures upon textures upon textures, and if I didn't lower that down, I don't think my computer would be able to handle it. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get going. We'll go on our mission to fight the Devil by the Well, the spirit that haunts the body of water that the guy was trying to use, but cannot because it has a ghost in it, which is just the most Witcher of problems, really. Is the most Witcher problem that there's just a well somewhere that just happens to have a ghost. Oh, speaking of, there it is right now. Look at that. Oh, it's not what I wanted, but I'm fine that my horse jumped. That was kind of cool. So, interesting thing about this game is, it actually kind of demands that you read the stuff about it. Yeah, but it basically demands that you read stuff about it. Like, in order to actually figure out what's going on with this ghost. Oh, wrong button. I'm still getting a bit accustomed to the button placement in this game. It's a little strange. But we have to check out our bestiary. So we see griffins here. That is a scary-ass looking griffin, by the way. There are necrophages. Those are the things that, you know, would eat people. So we've got, like, ghouls. You know, we can actually probably just lower that. And here we go. Noon wraiths and the particular monster, which is the Devil by the Well itself. And now that we've looked at that, that will trigger the actual quest line. There we go. So, now we get to use the, sort of Assassin's Creed-like Witcher vision. It's not what it's called, but that's what I like to call it. They call it Witcher senses because I guess you're sensing the environment around you. And, you know, you're changing your human senses to be Witcherized and notice these things. Literally, Witcher eyes, by the way. We do have cat eyes, so that is the thing. As we go through this area, we're going to find sort of like a really complex branching of what we're supposed to do. I don't know why I keep getting like weird vibrations in my controller, though. Also, I apologize if I sound a bit stuffed up. My nose is not the best at this moment. I don't really have allergies anymore, which is nice. Oh. I just remembered what I'm supposed to do for this quest, so we're just going to go back in here. I guess the vibrations are notifying me that I should use my Witcher senses.
Bloodstains, barely visible. Someone was dragged this way. Someone who was still alive.
A lot of people aren't really fond of the Witcher sense. They say it takes away from game. It takes away from the game? Did I forget that word in there? I think I forgot that word in there. Some people say that it takes away from the game because it makes you reliant upon that, as opposed to just finding things out for yourself and etc. I like it. I think that it's a neat way to kind of incorporate the idea that Witchers have heightened senses that we don't have, and that they can call upon those at will. I really like it. Just personal opinion about this game that I'm not too fond of. There does seem to be, you know, implied sexism pretty heavily, a lot. It's not even implied, it's just straight outright. It's not great. But that's something story related. If you're, you know, choosing to play Geralt in a nicer way, it's not going to be there. So there's that. Okay. Oh. Did it just aggro on me? Yup, it just aggroed on me. Alright. So, what do I have as... Oh, I've got Ard... Okay, so, in order to fight this thing, and numerous other enemies, different abilities that you have might actually come into play and be more effective. Right now, for instance, if we looked at the bestiary, we would see that Irden... Oh god, that's not good. We would see that Irden is useful against this one, which is not that spell. This is Irden. Once we get another charged up, then I will... No. No, we are not fighting right now. We're showing things off. Okay, now we cast Yrden. And they become vulnerable. There we go. Oh, ow. Oh, I think that's when they, yep, that is when they turn into multiples. If we don't destroy the multiples, they drain our life. They, however, are just strong anyway. You have to get them in the Yrden sign, which, kind of traps them in the mortal coil, so to speak.
She fled. She'll be back tomorrow.
There we go.
Something's keeping her here.
Oh. Alright, so now we need to find out what is keeping the Noonwraith bound to the village. Basically, we just activate our Witcher vision again. Oh yeah, hey, it's that thing that she was getting pissed off that I was getting near. There we go.
Almost faded. But the line's taut. Something's not right.
Alright.
A corpse, aimed by the bucket rope.
So as you can see, even small little side quests like this one, things that are, as far as I know, not mandatory, definitely have a cinematic feel about them too. They make every little thing feel really important, which is something I like about this game. Because, and The Witcher 2, a lot of what I'm liking about this game is based on The Witcher 2. So, you know, my first impressions of this game are really super positive right now, outside of that, you know, butts and abs thing that was, ugh, present. Alright, so now we need to read the diary from the house. I think that would be in our inventory. Yeah? No? There it is. That's it. Alright, read this. And there. I kind of like that we have to actually go in and read these things. Those are things that in a lot of games they don't really do. They just kind of throw the information at you and they're just like, yeah, well, there you go. This game has a lot of verticality to it from what I've seen already. Just a lot of trying to figure out where you're supposed to go in the world. You know, making your way through the world today, taking everything you've got. Wouldn't you like to get away? Someplace where everybody knows your name. I'm sorry that I had to reference Cheers there. I had to reference Cheers there, and you know it. Alright, so, interesting thing about this is that it does have that whole idea of you can swim, you are leaping over things, you're kind of going all over the place to accomplish these quests. You're not just kind of trapped in this two-dimensional plane like a lot of RPG games. And, like, here we see even, like, the smallest little characters have some sort of backstory and, bearing and weight in the world. Like, we don't know who those people are, but they existed. They had a life, and we're kind of finding out, like, the events that had happened to them afterwards therein. And we see that it's affecting other people, too. Can I go up there for air, I wonder? Yes? Nice. Alright, so there we go. We got some air. That's one thing that I've always hated in video games is the breath meters. Ever since I played Mario on the 64, I've never been a fawn? I should hope I've never been a fawn. Then maybe I'd be getting hunted by a Witcher. But, yeah, no, I've never been a fan of swimming. This game, I'm also not a fan of swimming. As you can see, I am awful at the swimming. And there's really no excuse for it. I'm just actually bad at it. But that's fine. I do believe, I am going to surface here, but I do believe that there is in fact a chest nearby. So we're gonna, yeah, there we go. That's it. The chest actually contains some armor that is better than what we have right now, and some money, which is great. And as we can see, the time of day has changed since we started this mission. It is now 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun is starting to go down, but it's not quite there yet. And again, we see the meter telling us how quick of a journey that we'll have based on our footsteps. I really like the idea of, like, a counter showing how many footfalls it will take for you to reach an area, because that's something that really, in my mind, like, quantifies the distance. Like, oh, there's 200 footfalls from this direction. And because the characters, you know, like, I know there's a second character that you play in this game. It's not a spoiler. It was announced months ago in December, and unless you're completely avoiding everything, you know about it. The characters probably have the same stride distance, because this is a video game. They probably just reskinned over top of it. Alright, so now we're going to complete this mission and burn this body.
And the bracelet. Igni.
Like, look at that detail on him right there. You can see the creases in his head. You can see the difference in the patchings of his skin. His scar looks great. His face actually looks real, unlike the last two games where they've just been awful. And when I say real, I don't mean like 100% realistic. I'm just meaning like, it looks a lot nicer than it used to. Oh, you prick. Oh, jeez, that... I will never get used to that. That just hurts my eyes every second that I see it. Alright, there we go. That got rid of that. Where's it going to pop out from? There it is. Hey, you get back here. Whoa, what is... What? Whoa, that was really strange. I've never seen that before in this game yet. I hate to say it, but the game does have some bugs. One thing... Oh my god, they're just shrekking my life. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get out of there and heal. As we can see, we've got bread and water, typical heal items. God damn it, that blinding effect. They do not heal well, let us say. As you can see, they're sapping my HP there to put it in them. That's not exactly something that I want. Okay, they actually might kill me if I'm not careful. And never mind, I got him. There we go. As you can see, you can't really play Noonwraith Mutagen.
She's gone.
Alright, I didn't get that last time that I played. That's really cool. I might just use this save file from now on then. There we go. So yeah, that's it. That's the end of this area. Now we go back for our reward. But yeah, the game is not without its faults. I have seen some minor graphic bugging. I don't know if that's because I'm playing on a lower setting. Also, didn't know that you could didn't know you could play with your sword out. Haha. Insert penis jokes here. But no, I didn't know that you could do that. That makes me very happy. The idea of being able to play with your weapon while you're on your horse just only makes sense in a lot of these sorts of games, especially when you're trying to remain mobile. But yeah, to reiterate a point that I've been trying to reiterate, the game's beautiful. There's a bunch of great things about it. The combat is, you know, if you're not me, excellent. And the story, there's even a mode that's just the story. I'm not saying that they don't make the fights be a thing, but the fights are a lot easier. But there's minor graphic bugging here and there. I'm playing on the gamepad, you know, a controller, and the controller is not perfect. Let's put it that way. There's a bit of a delay in the controller's actual button inputs. It's not great. And it can actually, like, probably cause a lot of problems for you if you're playing. I've seen some YouTubers already tweeting about it. So there's two minor issues. There's, you know, graphic bugging, and then there's the controllers not being too great. But at the same time, they'll probably push out a patch for both of those. Again, maybe it's just because I'm playing on a slightly lower graphic setting, or my computer isn't able to handle it. Like, we can see, like, some white speckling going on there. And I feel like that's supposed to be that his hat is shiny, but it's speckling, in my opinion. Actually, you know what? Maybe you guys can't see it. Maybe it's just me because I'm actually, like, seeing it in-game, but either way, I feel like I see that, so that's a thing. As you can see, you can keep the dialogue options going as, like, good, not so good, pragmatic, etc. I tend to play Geralt as a pretty good guy. Usually I play pragmatic in video games, but The Witcher's such a dark series that it usually needs it. So, yeah. Anyway, that's one inconsequential mission done right there. Shows off a bit of the combat, shows off the dialogue trees, shows off this beautiful world. Like, just look at that skybox. That is a beautifully done skybox. I kind of like, actually, the low resolution when you get further away from things, because it kind of has, like, a Skyward Sword effect where everything is kind of painterly, right? Like, I get that they look low poly and stuff like that, but it also, it looks painterly to me, and maybe that's just me, but I like it. I like it a lot. And I actually am going to save this over, because I didn't ever get that Wraith mutagen in the last one, so... Let's, let's just create a new save for it. There we go. Oh, apparently I can't save my game right now. Well, that's another thing that oh, well, game saved. I guess it just takes a moment to save your game, maybe because the game is so big. That's another thing that I noticed, is that sometimes the game doesn't necessarily want to save. Yeah, actually, right there. There. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful game. Texture bugging. Like, we actually see the tiles. Which is really, really weird. So yeah, to sum up this game, I'm actually going to focus on the tiles right now, because I think that that's just hilarious. To end off my opinion on this game, beautiful game, amazing looking. It switches to keyboard and mouse really easily, as you can see right here. I might tell you to stick to keyboard for now, unless you are a dedicated controller player, because the controller does seem to have about 0.5 to 1 second delay on anything that you push. Not exactly the best. Doesn't make much sense. But overall, this seems like it's going to be a really good game. It's really solid. And if you don't mind a few... a few graphic bugs like this happening, I would recommend you go pick it up. I got it for like $40-something because of the fact that it was on sale, as well as the fact that it was like pre-order bonus. So there you go. I think, like, because it's out now, pre-order bonus is gone, but if you own the previous games in the series, I think you can still get like a 10% off or something like that. So if you've been a fan of the previous Witchers, if you like a solid action-based RPG, I would recommend that you go and get The Witcher. And that's gonna be it. Signing out.